Hello, and welcome to Dos Equis, where we talk about Dos Equis beer. Dos Equis beer is a food tasting. I won't apologize. Welcome to week 2 of the Wateri's Metal Bash. Yes, 1, 2, 2. Either way it goes, hi, I'm your host once again, Mr. Thomas Hope from Cleveland, Ohio, land of la la and all that good stuff. Welcome to the NFC AFC playoff division of NFL analysts. No, you're watching Wateri's Metal Bash. Thanks a lot for joining me. Got a lot of hits last week. I'm kind of happy with it, but we're going to do a different thing this week. This week we're going to actually try to do a more professional show. Yeah, right. Me professional, that'll never fucking happen. It's gonna be a lot of cursing. It's gonna be a lot of my cat running around in the back doing crazy shit. There's gonna be a lot of mayhem. That's where I like to make my time. Mayhem. Insanity. This week we're gonna cover 3 great industrial thrash metal groups. We try to set some music in the background. You're gonna have to forgive me. It's gonna be my first week of working with Windows Media. So I'm pretty much, checking stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty much checking things. We're going to be unprofessional as possible. We're going to get this show together. We're going to get it kicked off right now. Next week, I do want you guys' input on the show. I would love to hear some of the groups that you're listening to. One of my friends brought up a great group called Dapper. Thanks, Logan. I'll be looking them up for their information on Wikipedia and giving my opinion probably on them either next week for the birthday edition of the show. Yes, my birthday is next weekend. Or I'll be probably covering them during the February edition for the Super Bowl edition of the show. Either way it goes, the way you get in contact with me, the way he got in contact with me is through Thomas A. Pope at hotmail.com. That's right, Thomas A. Pope, hotmail.com. That's the perfect way to leave me messages. Tell me how much the damn show sucks, so you can leave them on the YouTube account. Doesn't matter, however you decide to do it. You have to forgive me, my voice is starting to go, and I just came from the doctor this morning. But that's not going to stop us from rocking and rolling. We're going to get into it, and we're getting into it now. Back when I really got into metal when I was younger, like about 14 or 15 or 16 or 17 or whatever the hell it was, I was watching a lot of movies with a lot of instrumentals. That's how I basically got into my love of certain styles of music. One group that came along was Fear Factory. Now, Fear Factory is a California group. Their first song I heard from them was Zero Signal out of the Mortal Kombat soundtrack. The fight scene with Scorpion fought Johnny Cage, and Johnny Cage so-called whooped him in his real face. Y'all remember that cheesy movie back then. But anyway, Zero Signal was one of the first songs that I fell in love with out of Fear Factory. And what I'm going to do this week is a little bit different. I wrote down some things about the group that you can find on Wikipedia, but that's just a brief introduction. Doesn't tell you shit. The Fear Factory came out of California. They were formed in 1989 with 7 releases and several member changes. Due to controversies and all that good stuff, they're still the forefathers of death, blues, industrial, and thrash metal. More importantly, the most interesting thing about the group is the current add-on. Byron Strauss from Strapping Young Lad People, excellent bassist, and of course Gene Hogan. Gene Hogan actually does most of the drumming for the Metalocalypse soundtrack, the albums that come out with the fake Death Clock thing. That guy is a blitzer. He was actually from Death, which is one of Logan's favorite groups. This guy can play the drums like no other. Now, my personal opinion of Fear Factory, Digimortal was the worst release they ever came out. Other than that, all their other releases are pretty cool. They had one called Concrete that they just released. It was more likely a studio, debut thing. The thing didn't really do too well when it got released. But Soul of a New Machine, Fear of the Mind Killer, Obsolete, Remanufacture, even Remanufacture, which was nothing but a drum and bass remix of all the songs on Remanufacture. Archetype, and of course Transgression are the releases that came out. Out of all of them, I'm more impressed with, of course, Remanufacture and Transgression. Transgression is more of who the group is now. That's the definite one with Gene Hogan. And then also they came out with one, how can I forget about the one they came out with last year. Fear Factory albums are like a journey through what the group has been through. whether they've been through something that agitated them or something that they were fighting. I mean, they constantly were fighting each other, and that's why the group stands now with Bert Bill and vocals, Bill Rivera on guitar, Byron Stroud on bass, and of course Gene Hogan on drums. This is one of those groups that if you love metal, you're gonna follow. You follow them everywhere they go. They're known worldwide. They're a little bit older now. Bert has always been that militant guy. I just see them as one of the greater groups. The next group we're going to talk about happened to get produced by one of Fear Factory's members, Christian Roller. One of my favorite groups. They're a Swedish, Danish group, whatever you want to call them. They're out of Denmark. All birds, exactly. They're Nemec. Nemec is formed in 1998. They're a metalcore, melodic, death, industrial, progressive metal group. But, it's the key, they look at themselves as a future fusion metal group. Whatever the fuck that is. Either way it goes, Metallica, which could be a curse, as we all know how I feel about Metallica. Not old Metallica, I don't like it. But Metallica looks at them as one of their favorite groups. They've actually opened up for Metallica on tour. They've done a lot of openings. They even did another headline. I happened to get to see them in person back in 2007. Nemec is a very, very interesting group. They changed over lead singers, and first lead singer, the first two releases before decided to leave. I don't know why. Some say he was an asshole, some say he was other things. I don't know. But they happened to pick up this other guy from another group. He actually was Neil Merle. He's very, very talented. This guy loves the music that he makes, and that's what makes the group better. Is when the lead singer loves the music that he makes, and not just loves his own voice and like to hear himself go. As you'll notice with Nemec, you'll hear a lot of the melodies play out, and a lot of times he's not using a lot of vocals on. Passenger and Sonic in the System are the releases that get Ermos on. Ballboard covers the first two, Audio Injected Soul, and the very first LP that they released. Out of all of them, Sons of the System shows the growth of the group. Nemec pretty much was stagnant in between Audio Injected Soul and Passenger. Passenger, they were still trying to find who they were because they were trying to divulge into speed metal, and they were just trying to move on from Audio Injected Soul, because Audio Injected Soul was a very great album. Door 2.12 is one of my favorites after that. Death Box, definitely one of my favorite songs after that. Like I said, while I'm talking, I'll probably be singing some of the music, trying to work that out. So it's too loud, forgive me, but I'm trying to work things out and put the show together. Nemec, once again, they are a very influential industrial metal group. They got grouped in with Fear Factory, they got grouped in with Napalm Death and things of that nature. They are a very, very, very influential group. Right now, they just released Sons of the System. I believe they're still on tour. Things are going to be working out very well for them in the future. I hope they keep the group that they have. I've got a chance to meet Obese. Obese is a beast. One of the best bass players in metal right now as it stands. I pretty much put him up there. Anybody who wants to dispute it, we can talk about it. You're not going to win. I win. Now, as I mentioned, it is NFL Championship weekend. I have an opinion on things. I know that's scary. Thomas has another opinion. Why don't you just shut the fuck up and do a show about metal, right? That's not gonna happen. This is a message to all you Pittsburgh fans that's roaming around Cleveland. We know why you're Pittsburgh fans. If the Browns were hot, then you would be Browns fans. I don't want to see any more black and yellow because I will piss on you. I cannot stand you Pittsburgh bastards, and I hope that you go to that nice little place that is Hades. Now that we got that out the way, let's move on to the next thing. I know most of you guys were worried about how Voltron was. Voltron suffered some traumatic injuries due to someone's aggression. I'm getting counseling. That's why I'm doing this. This is almost like a counseling thing. Now I get to talk to you guys. We trip out. I share a couple of jokes that you might think is funny, but then again, if you don't think it's funny, then you suck. You got a problem with yourself. Either way it goes, Voltron is okay. He's in traction. He's also, said he will come back and do the show, even though I'm an angry person. That is, see what I'm talking about? That is called trust. He trusts me. So, hey, we will be seeing from and Voltron and others again. I'm also working on a special guest. That special guest is definitely going to be coming to do the show probably next week. So, now we got that out the way. I need food, just in case you got. I need loving, because I'm a section man. Either way it goes, let's cover the last group. The last group that I'm going to cover today is Star Symmetry. A very young group. They only formed in 2004. These guys are they were out of Avesta, Sweden. I've never, ever known where Avesta, Sweden is. I'm going to look it up on the map after I do the show. Very excellent guy. They've only had one member change, and that's the lead vocalist. You wouldn't be able to tell if you actually listen to all of the albums. They actually sound pretty much the same. These guys are considered a blues metal, melodic death metal group. I beg to differ. This is what Wikipedia has them listed as. They have a new album coming out in April this year, so I'm gonna get excited. They've been putting out good music, and I mean they put it out a little bit quicker than your average metal group. Some metal groups take like maybe a year or so off or whatever. They've been coming straight at you. I didn't even know they had the last one out until I actually went to the store and seen it. Christian Volan was the lead singer of the group, and he had a very powerful, smooth growl, and he was just so great. He happened to leave. They got another guy that just sounds just like him. It's eerie. Same thing with the other groups that I've noticed. You can find a guy that sounds just like him, but you need to find a guy to make the music better. They actually happen to manage that very well. They found a guy that makes their music sound just like a step above the rest. And that's the one thing that I love about Star Symmetry. Star Symmetry is Pitch Black Progress, which is a very, very famous single from That Is the Illusion. But I beg to differ. You listen to more of that album, you'll find your favorite song. Dark Matter Dimensions, I believe, is the last one. That one has a whole list of albums, songs that'll drive you crazy. These one of these that you put into your car and it's a nice summer day and you just go away. Remember I said we came my thoughts last week. That's how I manage an album. If I can get behind the wheel and feel like I want to hit children and not have a conscience, that's a great album. They are very, very talented. Very, very influential. They make pieces of you. That's the one thing I love. And they also was on tour here with Epica. I had to miss them. Couldn't afford the concert at that moment in time, but if I get another chance, I will not miss it. So check out Scar Symmetry. That's all I got for the show. If you're interested in any of the bands, or like I said, if you have a band that you want me to review, put it through to my email at thomasapope@hotmail.com, thomasapope@hotmail.com. This is Thomas Pope. Watch Here's Metal Bash. Week number 2 is out of the way. I'm having fun doing this. As long as you guys check it out, I'm going to get goofier. Things are going to get better. See, I promise. It's going to be a more professional show. Check me out next week. That'll be my birthday week. Y'all can send me birthday wishes. I take crack. And I also take loose women. I also take sweet foods, even though I'm supposed to be pre-diabetic. Keep that in mind. Women, crack, food, money. And I'll holler at y'all. See you in the moment. See you next week. Have some recommendations for me, folks. And thanks for watching. Love you guys. How do I turn this damn thing off? Y'all know I ain't got nothing but a GD. Alright?